Hey guys, welcome back to reading some more stories with me. Let's get straight into it, shall we? Today we are reading from r/Am I the Jerk by Denver Cassidy. Am I the jerk for telling my brother that his girlfriend is not welcome in my home after what she did to my cat? Some context. I, 27 female, live alone and have two cats, Miso and Fig, who I've had for 5 and 3 years respectively. They're friendly with people they know, but skittish around strangers, which is completely normal. My brother, 25 male, has been dating someone, I'll call her Ray, for about 7 months. I've met her 3 times, and each time she's made comments about not liking cats and finding them creepy, which I noted but didn't make a big deal out of because plenty of people aren't cat people. 2 weeks ago, my brother asked if they could come over for dinner. I said yes and made a point of telling him in advance that the cats would be out and that Ray should just ignore them if she was uncomfortable and they'd eventually go to another room on their own. During dinner, Miso came into the kitchen, which he does constantly because he's nosy and food motivated. Like my cat, yes. Ray made a loud noise to startle him. Not a clap, exactly, more like a sharp hiss, and then laughed about it when he ran. I said pretty directly that I prefer she didn't do that in my home. She said she was just playing. 20 minutes later, she did it again when Fig wandered in. I asked my brother and Ray to leave. My brother has since texted me saying I overreacted and she was just messing around and asking me to apologize to her. I have not, and I don't intend to. My home, my cats, my rules. Am I the jerk? Nope. Nope, not at all. No. I would, no. Not the jerk at all. I'm very much an animal lover. Um, what is her problem with cats? Why? Why does she have to be so mean to them? They didn't do anything to her. It is the cat's home. It is their home, not hers. She doesn't need to be mean to them. Obviously, she knows that doing something like that is going to scare them and they're going to see it as violent. They're going to take off terrified. It's not funny to terrorize animals. It is not funny. It's not amusing. Don't do it. Don't do it. I wouldn't apologize and I wouldn't want them back. I also don't trust people who find it amusing to terrorize animals. Just, no, absolutely not. No. Next story. Am I the jerk? But blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Am I the jerk for refusing to let my stepson move into my son's room to solve my husband's parenting issue? Interesting solution. I, 39 female, have one child, a 15-year-old son. My husband, 42 male, has 3 kids from his previous marriage, twin boys who are 15 and a daughter who's 12. We've been married 4 years, and everyone lives in my house, which I owned before we got married. Right now, the twins share a room, my husband's daughter has her own smaller room, and my son has had his bedroom since he was little. It's always been his space. The problem is, the twins clash constantly. It's not normal sibling bickering. It's daily screaming matches, broken belongings, accusations of taking things, and sometimes things disappearing altogether. One of the twins, in particular, has a habit of going through other people's stuff and helping himself. We've recently replaced headphones, game controllers, clothes, you name it. My husband says he's tried everything and doesn't know how to make it stop. His solution now is to separate the twins by moving them into my son's room. I immediately said no. My son has had issues in the past with that same stepbrother going into his things without permission. I ended up installing a lock on my son's door after an incident with missing money. My husband didn't like that because he felt it sent the message that his kid wasn't trusted, but frankly, he wasn't acting trustworthy. Right. Continuing. Now, my husband insists the only way to stop the constant fighting is to split the twins up. He says it's unfair that my son gets his own room while his boys have to share. I told him this house has always been my son's home, and his room isn't up for negotiation. I suggested other arrangements, rotating rooms, putting the 12-year-old in with one of the twins and the other twin alone, even converting the den temporarily. He shot all of that down. He said mixing the boys and their sister was absolutely not happening, and that my refusal to give up my son's room shows I don't treat his kids equally. Alright. The argument escalated. I told him this isn't my son's responsibility to fix, and that he needs to address the behavior problem instead of reshuffling rooms. He accused me of being selfish and unsupportive. He even packed a bag and left to stay with a friend, saying he can't live in a house with constant chaos and that he won't come back until I reconsider. What? 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 He I don't like that. I don't like that. He asked me if this was really the stand I wanted to take. I told him yes. I'm not willing to sacrifice my son's sense of security because he doesn't want to deal with his kids' behavior. Yeah. He's been gone for a couple of days now. The fighting between the twins is still happening, and I'm stuck in the middle of it. It honestly feels like he's trying to pressure me into giving in by withdrawing. So, am I wrong for refusing to let my stepson move into my son's room, even if it might reduce the fighting? It's not going to it's not going to reduce the fighting at all. And I read the comments. Why is no one capitalizing on the fact that they have a second room? Their den, office space, whatever you want to call it. She calls it a den. All right? That very 1960s of you. Anywho, why can that not be converted into a bedroom? Why? Why not? She suggested it, and why is your husband so against it? Is it because it's his man cave? Too bad, dude. Your 15-year-old sons are fighting constantly and they can't share the same space. They need their own space, for one. That needs to be addressed. Your den needs to be kicked out. One of your twins needs their own room. Has to move into that one. Too bad, so sad. Two, he's probably acting out this way, which a lot of people in the comments have theorized, because he's not getting enough bonding time with his father. He needs more one-on-one father-son time. The mother of these children is not mentioned, so I have no idea what's going on there. I have no idea. But considering she's not mentioned at all and they have sole custody of these children, all three of these children, not including OP's son, need individual and family therapy. Because what is going on here? The problem child, I say that loosely with bunny ears, needs his own space, and they all need individual and family therapy. Also, excuse me, why did this man abandon his family in order to manipulate and pressure his wife into doing what he wanted? What the hell? What in the actual hell? Oh my god. Wow. Just, wow. Alright. No, you're not wrong. No, you're not the jerk. Just, no. Oh my god. Next one. Am I the jerk for banning my daughter's best friend after I caught her snooping for my meds? OP is 48 female. My daughter is 17 and has a best friend, Kara, who's basically been glued to our house for a year. I actually liked her. She's funny, calls me ma'am in a halfway sarcastic way, and she's had a rough home life, so I don't mind feeding an extra mouth and letting her crash on weekends. The issue is, I take a few prescriptions for migraines and anxiety. Nothing exciting, but they're not over the counter either. I take over the counter things for migraines. I wouldn't let children have that either. Well, actually, they're not over the counter, excuse me, but I wouldn't let children have it. A month ago, I noticed my migraine pills were short by a few. I assumed I messed up my count. Then it happened again, and this time the bottle was shoved back in the cabinet in a weird spot, like someone was in a hurry. I asked my daughter if she'd moved anything, and she swore she hadn't. I didn't accuse Kara, but I started locking my bathroom cabinet just in case. Last Friday, Kara slept over, and around 2 a.m., I woke up to the hallway light on and heard my bathroom door click. I got up, and she was in there with the cabinet open, kind of frozen, like a kid caught stealing cookies. She said she was just looking for ibuprofen, which made zero sense because we keep that in the kitchen and she's been here a million times. I told her to go back to my daughter's room. She got defensive and said I was being dramatic. Uh huh. Dramatic my foot. In the morning, I told Kara she couldn't come over anymore. I kept it simple, no yelling, just, I'm not comfortable with you in my home. She started crying and swearing, and swearing she didn't take anything. Then she switched to anger and said I was judging her because her parents are trash. No, 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 Do not flip the switch, no, ma'am. My daughter absolutely lost it on me. Said I'm ruining her life, Kara has anxiety, I'm punishing her for nothing, blah, and that I should have talked to Kara like an adult. I did talk to Kara, she just lied to my face. I also texted Kara's mom, politely, that Kara was going through my bathroom cabinets at night, and I'm concerned. Her mom replied, kids are nosy, lol, and told me to chill. Now my daughter's barely speaking to me, and Kara is texting her that I'm a jerk who thinks she's a druggie. I feel awful, but also, like, this is my house and my meds, and I'm not playing games. Am I the jerk? Um, what? What? If you had truly treated Kara like an adult, as your daughter so gracefully suggested, you would have called the cops. That, no. No. That's a crime. That's a crime. No. Bad. Bad Kara. What? And Kara just flipping a switch and using the deflection of, oh, you're judging me because woe is me, my parents suck, blah, blah, blah. Which, yes, obviously your parents are not good people because their defense of your child is going through my meds is, oh, but kids are nosy. Clearly, they are not good people, but at the same time, you got caught, dude. Don't do bad shit. Don't bite the hand that feeds, you live and you learn, honey. Like, so sorry that, don't do that. Don't do that. Uh, no, no. You have to keep your home safe. And if that means that your daughter's best friend can't come over because she's going to steal things, how do you know she hasn't tried to steal other things or going through other drawers she shouldn't be going through, like your purse or your jewelry drawer? You don't know. She's trying to steal meds. I wouldn't want someone like that in my home either. I know that it's tough to make that decision, but you have to protect yourself and your daughter. So sorry, you're not the jerk. Not the jerk. Your daughter can just be mad, but she's a teenager and she's gonna be mad. Not the jerk. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.